Windows Live Messenger on the iPhone. Now, a lot of the challenges when it comes to building mobile apps and building great experiences is about having just a killer user experience. And we've gone and built our own UX on the iPhone. And I can see some activities from my friends. I can see all of my friends here. I'll send actually, instead of chatting with Tony, I could just go, let me zoom that in a little bit more so you can see this. Focus. Okay. I can see Tony, I can see her picture status. So Tony said, can I get you a coffee? I could leave a comment here. So it's a fairly rich client. And what I could also do is do all of the standard IM stuff. So start a conversation with Tony. And when you're on your phone, you actually want to be able to send pictures and stuff like that. So I can just say, send a picture instead of needing to actually have a chat with her through words. Now, finally, what I think is actually really interesting is some of the photo capabilities here. So these are my SkyDrive albums. You'll see that picture message. This is, hopefully it's not too blurry for you to be able to see. But I can click into the Amsterdam Pics folder, and I see all of my photos that are stored in the cloud in SkyDrive. And I can do interesting things like multi-touch and then go in and leave a comment on those. And these comments then get shared back with my friends. Now finally, what I think is the coolest feature is I can do picture status. So up the top here in this status box, I can say next web. I can choose to take a picture. I'll just quickly snap one. Looking good, John. And most mobile pictures are actually fairly bad in terms of lighting. So what we've done is, down here when you take a photo, you can actually tweak the photo with the effects. We'll switch that over to vibrant. So now, even though I'm posting status from anywhere, I'm not going to have ghetto photos. I'm going to have really nice status messages and photos that I'm able to share. So I've shown you a couple of different scenarios around rich HD video chat, being able to see my friends' faces as we're looking at some photos, and then also having a really rich capabilities on the phone. And the last thing that I didn't show you that John's going to talk about is this news feed here and all of the activities. If you've got good eyes, you may actually see that that says from Facebook. So John's going to talk a little bit about that now.
Cool. Thanks, Angus. So yeah, you may have seen a couple little tidbits of Facebook in there, including your Facebook photo albums. So the other thing we heard a lot from our users is they love their social networks. They have a primary social network where they do the set of things that they like to do, and they don't actually want another one. And again, many of you might be confused at this point because you're thinking, well, I have a lot of social networks. I have one for business, and I have my main one, and I have another network that I share status on, and maybe a couple of others besides. But again, I'll just refer to Maria's discussion yesterday morning where we may not be the standard mainline demographics. So what we heard from users is, on the one hand, they don't want another social network. But on the other hand, they love to bring in all that activity where they're already spending time, where they're already interacting with their friends, within Messenger, within Hotmail, within other places in Windows Live. So one of the things we've done to deliver on this for our users is deep partnerships with Facebook, MySpace, and LinkedIn to bring in users' contacts, the communications that you like to do with those networks, as well as all the activity into Windows Live, and allow users to interact in whatever way makes sense, including, over time, chat with their friends on Facebook. So we will do chat interconnect with Facebook from Windows Live with your friends on Facebook. So whatever communication makes sense, we want to bring in all your friends, allow you to communicate with them, allow you to interact, allow you to comment back on status, and those sorts of things. We'll also, as Angus talked about, make status a first-class citizen within Windows Live, make it drag and drop for things like photos, for things like videos, and will allow you to sync your status to those networks and vice versa. So it becomes much more interactive. It brings in all the things that your friends are doing across those networks where you're already spending time in Windows Live.